시청자 여러분 안녕하십니까? 전 세계 교회와 선교지 소식 전해드리는 CGN 월드뉴스 정은지입니다. 첫 번째 소식 CGN 태국지사에서 보내온 소식부터 전해드립니다. 2024년 5월 1일부터 3일까지 방콕 소피텔 호텔에서 제2회 아시아, 아랍, 아프리카, 라틴 아메리카 기독교 네트워크 및 사역자 회의가 열렸습니다. 글로벌 선교 사역의 새로운 시대를 향해 나아가는 이들의 이야기를 들려드립니다. 코알라는 대륙들의 약자를 딴 기독교 네트워크 및 사역자 회의입니다. 이 회의는 아시아, 아랍, 아프리카, 라틴 아메리카 지역의 기독교 사역을 향상시키고 변화하기 위해 마련되었습니다. 아시아 선교협회 회장인 강대흥 목사가 환영사를 전했습니다.
การเคลื่อนไหวพันธกิจโลกเนี่ยทำโดยคริสตจักรยูไนเต็ดวิดเอเชียแอฟริกาและลาตินและอาหรับ
이번 회의에는 20개국에서 온 60명의 지도자들이 참석하여 솔직하게 의견을 나누고 기쁘게 참여했습니다. 태국 기독교총회 회장인 닥터 분라 부아옌 목사는 세계 선교 사역이 빠르게 변화하고 있기 때문에 새로운 선교 전략을 세워야 한다고 말했습니다.
ในความเข้าใจชุดใหม่ที่กับสมัยใหม่ที่โคอาล่ากำลังแนะนำเนี่ยเป็นอะไรที่มันเป็นความคิดในยุคที่ความแตกต่างนี้มันเกิดขึ้นเยอะนะแล้วก็ในความแตกต่างนี้เราสามารถที่จะร่วมมือกันได้ความเข้าใจในเรื่องการส่งมิชชันนารีก็จะเปลี่ยนไป
이번 회의는 지역 기독교 사역을 지원하고 향상하는 데 중점을 두었습니다. 현대 선교사의 역할은 지역사회의 신앙과 문화를 발전시키기 위해 지원하고 도와주는 것이어야 한다고 믿습니다. 과거에는 유럽이나 북미가 선교의 중심지로 여겨졌지만 현재 대부분의 기독교인은 남반구에 거주하고 있습니다.
โคอาล่าก็คือว่าอันนี้เป็นการเคลื่อนไหวพันธกิจโลกนะครับมิชชั่นมูฟเมนต์ซึ่งเป็นใหม่ๆอยู่นะครับตั้งชื่อว่าโคอาล่าแปลว่า Christ over R นะครับ R ก็คือว่าตัวย่อยของอาเซียแอฟริกาและอาหรับนะครับแล้วก็โคอาล่าก็คือว่าลาตินอเมริกาการเคลื่อนไหวพันธกิจโลกเนี่ยคริสตจักรอยู่ในประเทศเหล่านี้นะคะเราก็จะทำด้วยกันเพื่อโคคริสต์
말레이시아 감리교회의 명예 감독인 닥터 화융 목사는 서양에서 세계 다른 지역으로 교회의 중심이 이동하는 변화라는 주제로 연설을 했습니다.
Now the church has grown very much in Africa, in Asia, in Latin America. In fact, the church, there are more Christians today in the majority world. There are more Christians there now than in the West. So that being the case, we need to rethink about how the church can, not just the West sending missionaries to the non-Western world, but the churches in the majority world, right, in Latin America, Africa, Asia, can send missionaries to the West, as well as send missionaries to other countries. That's what's more. Polycentric means there's no one center. Now, every country is a center. Every church is a center, sending out to everybody else.
분라 바우옌 목사는 코알라가 변화하는 시대에 맞는 지침을 제공하고 있다고 말했습니다. 선교사 파견은 수용자의 필요를 최우선으로 고려해야 한다고 강조했습니다.
ในลักษณะของต้องดูว่าผู้รับเขาต้องการอะไรแล้วก็เราส่งมิชชันนารีไปไม่ใช่ไปโดมิเนตความคิดของเขาไปอิมพอร์ตทุกอย่างไปให้เขาไม่ใช่จะต้องไปดูว่าในสถานภาพของท้องถิ่นแต่ละแห่งเขาต้องการอะไรแล้วเราจะร่วมมือกันได้กันอย่างไร
회의 마지막 날에는 세계 선교 사역에 대한 지침에 서명하는 행사가 있었습니다. 이 지침은 예수 그리스도의 대명령을 따른 성령의 인도와 권능을 강조하며 겸손하고 섬기는 마음으로 교회 지도자와 지역 주민들을 대해야 한다고 명시합니다.
So I used to be working in the Middle East in the country or in my team. I'm Costa Rican. I was working with Nigerians. I remember Koreans. I remember Chinese people, many other Arabs, people from Ethiopia. So it was a very international experience to see that different churches from different parts of the world are becoming mission forces as well. Praise God for the Western contribution. Now, today, The center of mission is police, is from different angles of the global church. So coming to Bangkok this week is just an affirmation of our journey on the missions field.
강대흥 목사는 이번 회의가 선교사들이 직면한 다양한 문제를 해결하고 작업 방법을 찾기 위한 것이라고 설명했습니다. 선교사들은 교회를 설립했지만 참석자가 없거나 선교사가 지역 문화를 충분히 이해하지 못하는 문제들에 직면합니다.
เราต้องการหาวิธีการทำงานของมิชชันนารีนะครับว่ามิชชันนารีเมื่อเราออกไปถึงที่แล้วก็สมมติว่าเขาจะตั้งคริสตจักรแต่ว่าไม่มีคนเข้านมัสการแล้วก็ไม่มีคนท้องถิ่นไม่ก็มาผู้นำของคริสตจักรไม่เห็นด้วยที่นี่มีคริสตจักรเยอะที่นู้นก็ไม่มีคริสตจักรน่าจะไปตำบลหรืออำเภอที่ยังไม่มีคริสตจักรแต่มิชชันนารีไม่ไปเจ้าของคริสตจักรในตรงนั้นก็คือคนท้องถิ่นไม่ใช่เป็นมิชชันนารีมิชชันนารีทำอะไรก็ได้แต่ว่าถึงเวลาแล้วเขาก็ต้องกลับไปที่ประเทศของเขาด้วยนะครับเราไม่เห็นด้วยที่มิชชันนารีทำงานตามใจของเขาแล้วก็เมื่อมิชชันนารีทำอะไรสักอย่างหนึ่งถึงเวลาแล้วเขาก็กลับเพราะฉะนั้นโครงการต่างๆที่มิชชันนารีทำไปเนี่ยใครจะดูแลต่อไปนะครับเพราะฉะนั้นเมื่อเราคิดหลังแนวนี้เราก็เลยจำเป็นต้องทำยุทธวิธีใหม่สำหรับคน미셔너리 팀하자 글로벌 사우스.
이번 회의는 지난해 한국에서 열린 제8회 세계 선교와 전략회의에 대응으로 마련되었습니다. 코알라는 앞으로의 세계 선교를 위한 신뢰할 수 있는 기관으로 자리 잡고자 합니다. 모리와 함께한 화요일로 잘 알려진 뉴욕타임즈 베스트셀러 작가인 미치 앨범은 2010년 IT 지진이 발생한 이후 포르토프랭스에서 고아원을 운영하고 있습니다. 앨범 작가는 14년간 매달 IT를 오갔지만 최근 방문이 마지막이 될 수도 있다고 하는데요. 최근 갱단이 포르토프랭스를 장악하면서 더욱 위험한 상황이기 때문입니다. 앨범 작가가 IT 아이들과 인연을 맺게 된 건 특별한 계기가 아닌 우연한 만남에서 비롯됐습니다.
By accident, it was 2010, the earthquake. I went down with a pastor who had an orphanage there that he thought had been destroyed. I just went to sort of take a look, and it hadn't been destroyed, thank God. I kind of fell in love with the kids and started bringing down people from Detroit to build the first showers, the first toilets, the first kitchen, the first school.
Wow.
And eventually the pastor there said, well, I don't have any money to run this place, and I'm in my 80s, and I kind of blurted out, well, I could probably run this place if you want me to. How hard could it be? And he said, all yours. And he was gone, and I've been running it ever since and been there every month ever since.
고아원은 기독교 신앙의 바탕을 두고 운영되고 있습니다.
Well, faith is behind everything at our orphanage, particularly in Haiti, where you need a lot of it. You know, it's the second poorest country in the world. Right now, it's fraught with violence, and our kids haven't been out of the orphanage in 3 years. They literally can't go outside. Wow. Our kids pray not only for every meal, but every night. The most beautiful thing is they have devotion, 45 minutes of just pure singing and joy and thanking the Lord. Even though all their possessions fit in a 12-inch by 12-inch cubby, all their songs and prayers are of thanks. So I think in a country like Haiti, you need faith to get through, because otherwise it can be pretty grim.
갱단이 포르토프랭스를 80% 장악하면서 IT 국민들이 겪는 고통은 상상 그 이상입니다.
It's almost unimaginable. Imagine not being able to go outside your doors. Imagine every night hearing gunfire, and I don't mean like a random shot, but like that, hearing about bodies being found in the street, being burned and left, cadavers left out there, food being cut down, no airport, no boats, no cars, no way to literally get out of the country or into the country. That's what Haiti is on a daily basis today.
상황이 심각해지면서 앨범 작가는 마지막 방문 당시 한밤중에 IT에서 탈출해야 했습니다.
Well, we go down every month, as I say, and on this particular trip, we brought eight volunteers with us, and right when we got there was a huge prison break-in, and then they shut down the airport, they shut down the ports, and it was very apparent we weren't going to be able to get out. And we start to become a target there and draw attention to our orphanage. And so we arranged with Corey Mills and Lisa McClain, 2 Congress people, not a Congress thing. This was a private endeavor. They came in with a helicopter at 3 o'clock in the morning, landed in this secret location, and we just ran in, jumped inside a helicopter within 60 seconds and took off, because the gangs would be firing at helicopters. And and we prayed that we didn't get shot at and flew out. But it was heartbreaking because we had to leave our kids behind, who wouldn't have been, even if we could have gotten all of them in the helicopter, wouldn't have been allowed to land anywhere because Haitians aren't welcome in any of the surrounding countries.
아이티의 상황이 해결될 기미가 보이지 않지만 앨범 작가는 언제나 소망이 있다고 확신합니다.
I believe there's hope always. You can't live life without hope or without faith. But it will require outside intervention. And 80% of the Haitians want that. There are some people who will go around and say, oh, Haitians don't want you to let them figure out their own problems. Not now. They're so violent with the gangs that right now they need outside intervention to quell the gang violence, to at least get everybody, back where they can go outside and fuel can start running and people can fly in and out. Then they need free elections. And non-corrupt elections, and then they need, in my mind, to make education free for all the children. Right now, you have to pay to go to school in Haiti, and that keeps poor people uneducated, which perpetuates the cycle of violence and poverty. We'll be back as soon as we can find airspace. I mean, I've been there every month of my life for the last 14 years, along with my wife, and we're not stopping now. As soon as there's a little crack in the opening, we'll be there.
미국 대학 캠퍼스에서 극단주의 반이스라엘 시위가 이어지면서 유대인 학생들은 안전을 염려합니다. 유대교 최대 명절인 6월절을 지나면서 시위는 더욱 가열됐습니다. 텍사스 대학에서는 경찰이 진입하면서 시위대가 경찰과 충돌해 수십 명이 체포됐습니다. USC에서는 시위대 100여 명이 구속됐습니다. 이스라엘 반대 시위가 미국 전역에서 더 많은 대학 캠퍼스로 확산하자 베냐민 네타냐후 이스라엘 총리는 반유대주의자와 반미 폭도들을 비난했습니다.
Anti-Semitic mobs have taken over leading universities. They call for the annihilation of Israel. They attack Jewish students. They attack Jewish faculty. When you listen to them, it's also because they say not only death to Israel, death to the Jews, but death to America. And this tells us that there's an anti-Semitic surge here that has terrible consequences.
네타냐후 총리는 기하급수적으로 증가하는 반유대주의에 경고를 덧붙였습니다.
We have to stop anti-Semitism because anti-Semitism is the canary in the coal mine. It always precedes larger conflagrations that engulf the entire world.
마이크 존슨 미국 하원 의장과 몇몇 의원들은 이 격변을 확인하기 위해 컬럼비아 대학을 방문했습니다. 그는 컬럼비아 대학 총장에게 캠퍼스를 통제할 수 없으면 즉각 사임하라고 촉구했습니다.
As Speaker of the House, I am committing today that the Congress will not be silent as Jewish students are expected to run for their lives and stay home from their classes hiding in fear.
존슨 의장은 유대인 학생들에게 안전한 환경을 조성하지 않는 대학들에는 연방 기금 지원을 중단하겠다고 위협했습니다. 컬럼비아 대학교 졸업생이자 중동 분석가인 마이클 윌란스키 박사는 캠퍼스 상황이 1930년대 독일을 생각나게 한다고 말했습니다.
It's Nazi Germany. It starts with delegitimizing somebody, trying to browbeat them into the ground, to scare them to staying in their holes, their huddles, their caves, so that they won't come out. It's the time that my father went through in Europe. His whole family was wiped out by Nazis. We know what Nazis can do. We know what this can lead to.
시위대는 이스라엘을 인종차별을 자행하는 아파르트헤이트 국가라고 부르며 하마스와의 전쟁을 위해 가자 지구에서 집단 학살을 자행하고 있다고 비난했습니다. 하마스는 10월 7일 공격으로 이스라엘 국민 1,200명을 살해하고 100명 이상의 인질을 붙잡고 있습니다. CGN 월드뉴스는 새로운 시대에 변치 않는 복음을 전하며 세상에 바로 서고자 하는 그리스도인들의 눈이 되겠습니다. 시청해주셔서 감사드립니다.